Now joining us to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from all around the world are Arise News analysts Emmanuel Efeni and Dayo Shobowale. Mr. Emmanuel Efeni, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Cynthia. Good afternoon, Dayo.
Good afternoon.
Yes, we'll start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. We'll start with the story above the masthead. Senate sets up panel to probe Buhari's over 30 trillion ways and means. Lawmakers to investigate Anchor Borrowers Program, $2.4 billion forest scam. Yes, the Senate yesterday opened this debate, and they came to the conclusion that the ways and means, aka the printing of the currency, which was very rife under President Muhammadu Buhari, with Godwin Emefiele as the central bank governor, they will now be probed. Because, yes, it's not as if central banks around the world don't give advance to governments. But, of course, clearly, the central bank under Governor Emefiele, with President Buhari as the president, went beyond the legally accepted threshold, and that in itself is an issue on its own. But now, how this money was spent, Dayo, is now what is. But what came out very well yesterday was that this then Senate President of the 9th National Assembly, Ahmed Lawan, is still a member of the Senate, and he had to speak yesterday because the Senate then, they were just on this rush of approvals for then President Muhammadu Buhari. And it was the Senate President, then Ahmed Lawan, who told the whole world that whatever the President Muhammadu brings, the Senate will pass. So now is time to answer questions. He's still a member of the Senate, and of course, the current Senate President, Senator Akpabio, also pushing this through, that they have to probe. But I think it's something, not just the ways and means, but also the Anchor Borrowers program of the central bank, because that program was meant to boost food production, rice everywhere. But now we seem to know better that not so, because even the Lagos State rice mill at Imota, one of the biggest, about the biggest in the continent, cannot even find rice paddy to process. So it's good that this probe will be taking place. Then the Minister of the Economy, of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy, Wale Edo, also said that if they are going to audit, those were his words, the ways and means. So,
Lawan, I watched Lawan, and I was very much impressed. The way he made the clarification. You get me? He mentioned the figures that came to them, that they approved, and he said between that time and now, those figures have escalated.
Yes.
That actually was what made the Senate President to say, okay, they have to probe. I was impressed with the clarification he made. He was the one who made the clarification on the figures. And he said if that figure has skyrocketed to this, then something happened between then and now. So they should prove.
Yes, of course, since May 29.
Yes, he made a very good clarification.
Also, since May 29, there's been some advances also to the federal government under President Bola Tinubu from the central bank. So we'll see how it pans out. But the Anchor Borrowers Forum also, whether those people got these loans in the name of farmers, whether they actually deploy these resources into food production. So, time for people to answer some questions, you will say.
Yes, they need to, because a lot of money is involved.
Yes. Now, the lead story, federal government of this day, federal government declares war on FX speculators as Naira slides to 1,830 Naira to the dollar, deploys Office of the National Security Advisor, CBN, Police, EFCC, Customs, the Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, to combat speculative activities. Tinubu says $10 billion FX inflow coming. President declares government will create millions of jobs, unlock trillions in public wealth to boost economy. Shetima, some forces hell-bent on plunging country into anarchy. Nasima writes CBN Governor, Minister of Trade, profiles strategies to address Naira slide inflationary pressure. Well, a lot to unpack there. Yes. But declaring war on currency speculators using the FCC. The FCC, they have 7,000 strong men out there looking for those who are, I hope somebody knows to open your bag, whether there is some dollar there, whether you are one of those speculators. But using all measures to try and arrest the depreciation of the Naira. But economists, financial analysts have said the problem is simple: lack of enough forex to deal with the demand. Hence the pressure on the Naira. Hence the depreciation we see regularly. Between Friday last week when the market closed and today, over 335 Naira, the Naira has lost its value to that level. So all this firefighting, I don't know how that will solve the problem, Dayo.
Well, I think the government is not helping itself. I read somewhere there that it was the vice president at a conference who announced the new rate of the Naira, 1,008. You see, and he is the one saying some people are trying to bring down the country. If the whole vice president, goes to be announcing that the Naira is sliding, when they are not doing anything about it, who is fighting the government? Is it not the government fighting itself? You see, this thing is alarmist and it's a disgrace that we are saying the money is falling. Very soon we will be like that French currency in Francophone states,
yes,
which they just put on the ground, a million cedis, maybe 20 pounds.
God no, that's CFR.
CFR, that's right.
But that CFR is even stronger than the Naira now.
And that's why people are coming here to take our food.
Our people, not just people coming here, that people prefer to go and sell their maize, their millets across the border.
Even they come here too. So, you see, it's a disgrace that the currency is like this. And government is not doing anything about it.
Well, the government
is even a worse disgrace that the government spokesman is highlighting it. They should be ashamed of it. And I'm saying that unless they intervene, by the grace of God, we'll be here when they intervene. Or else, this government will be in trouble.
One way or the other, you want the government to intervene?
Yes, they have
fix. Nasima, the National Association of Chambers of Commerce of Industry, Mines and Agriculture, they are saying that the government, as part of their own, the solution they prefer, that government should fix
of course,
at 800.
Even in the EU.
But I thought we have gone past the era of fixing.
They have to pay it.
You can't say you want a free-floating currency and then want to control the currency. You have to pick a struggle.
What?
I said you can't say you want a free-floating currency and then in the same breath say you want to control the value.
Well, manufacturers
even in
and business,
in the EU, they have market correcting mechanisms. And those are people who are following. For energy, when Russia struck at Ukraine, they are giving their people money to pay electricity bills.
That's some subsidy.
That's intervention. Yes. Why can't our own currency is going like that and we are all happy?
Well, we are not
disgrace.
No, we are not happy.
You are happy, obviously.
Why should I be happy?
Mr. Fetty, do you have dollars?
My Naira is going down. You say I'm happy. How can I be happy?
Okay in your pocket.
It's not okay. It's not okay. You cannot buy as much as it used to buy.
No,
I don't travel out so much.
That you need some, or you want to pay for.
My Naira cannot do as much as it used to do.
It's safe in your pocket. You see, but this thing is alarmist and it's a disgrace to our national psyche.
Okay, no wonder
you are doing it every day.
No wonder the Guardian is reporting confusion
Yes.
as Naira crisis defies intervention,
Fuels
inflation. Yes, remember that.
They are not even intervened, though. It says define intervention.
No, but then a number of measures taken.
No,
now,
like
if we
what?
just look
Those
at
are escalating it.
okay, if we look at Vanguard newspaper, NECA, oil marketers to federal government, Sean Pride, review subsidy removal, flotation of Naira. They are taking they are on the same page with you.
You see, we have been here before, during military regime now, when we took IMF loans and conditionalities. The same scenario.
Yes. So you think we should just go for that fixing?
They will do it one day.
Well,
You
I
see
don't. We seem to have.
it's going to 2000. You know, you are joking before.
We seem to have passed that bus stop of fixing. We are now heading to another bus stop.
We have not reached the bus stop of fixing. We have not fixed.
Okay, if we just look at one foreign newspaper quickly, the Daily Telegraph, William, that Prince William, Prince William's
At last.
fighting in Gaza must be brought to an end. Yes, Prince's intervention coordinated with number 10 down
You
with the
should phone
government.
Netanyahu now.
Well, he has
You
spoken
phone
out.
Netanyahu.
He has spoken out, and I think it's on the same page. Many people are on the same page with him that something has to be done by the world community to bring to an end the carnage we are seeing in Gaza. Yes,
the Israelis
Hamas
are defying.
defying
all
everybody.
entreaties.
But only yesterday, America vetoed UN Security Council resolution calling for ceasefire. So America is also backing Israel to do whatever they want to do.
The word for the day is definitely intervention, whether it be in Gaza
Nigeria,
or in Nigeria. We
South.
need to see it. Thank you, gentlemen, for your analysis, Mr. Emmanuel Ifeni, Mr. Dayo Shobale. Thank you for your time here on this day.